such an easy thing to put off. And that's the part I want to talk about right now. I've got two, maybe three, if I can think of remember the third one. Stories that illustrate why it doesn't matter if you're healthy or not healthy. You have no idea what's coming next. I could go out for my evening walk here and get hit by a bus and that would be it. Oh my God, my basement is a mess, not to mention my desk and everything else. I don't want to leave a mess behind. I want to make sure everything is in order for my family, so I want to make sure and get all of this done. Please don't wait to plan your funeral. I've got a couple of stories here, and I'm telling this story because I'm gearing up for a couple of funeral planning workshops this Wednesday. You can see I'm unshaven. My desk is a little messy, but I really wanted to get this message out to all of you because I'm going to do more from this side as time goes on. And what I mean by this side is the side where I go out into communities on behalf of funeral home partners and run funeral planning workshops to encourage people to get this done in advance. It's such an easy thing to put off. So I just got a phone call from a gentleman who called. He said, John, thanks so much for the invitation. They were registered for the seminar, and he called to say, my wife and I have been calling around town. We called your funeral home and a number of others that people recommended, and quite honestly, we just have sticker shock. So we need some time. And we're going to come back to this at some point. We're both relatively healthy, so I think we're in pretty good shape for now, he says. So we're going to wait. And that's the part I want to talk about right now. I've got two, maybe three, if I can think of remember the third one. Stories that illustrate why it doesn't matter if you're healthy or not healthy. You have no idea what's coming next. I could go out for my evening walk here and get hit by a bus and that would be it. And the joke I always make is, oh my God, my basement is a mess, not to mention my desk and everything else. I don't want to leave a mess behind. I want to make sure everything is in order for my family, so I want to make sure and get all of this done because it does happen. And I'm not saying it's going to happen to you. And talking about it and thinking about it and working on it does not increase the chance of your death. Everybody's coming to their end when it's their time, your destiny. So the reason I'm telling this story is because I don't want you to wait. If you're thinking about it, and you definitely should be thinking about it. And if you haven't thought about it yet and you think, God, John, what are you doing talking about funeral planning? That's just weird. It's not weird. It's a gift of love. Makes an incredible difference for your family. I've experienced it now both ways. I work with funeral home partners every day who see it both ways, planned and unplanned. And there is absolutely no substitute for getting your plan done. And don't overcomplicate it. You might feel like you need to talk to loved ones and family members and other people to get the details, to figure out exactly what, absolutely you need to do all that. But go get a plan in place. You can always add to it, change it, update it, make it better later, but get it done. Get it done in advance. I just talked to a guy a couple of weeks ago. He's about my age. He just lost his wife. So it's an aftercare phone call. He's just lost his wife, and he had responded to one of the Olivia text messages that went out. The aftercare messages that goes out. It's another terrific system. I'd love to talk about how you can put that to work for your funeral home if you haven't done something like that already. It's incredibly beneficial, incredibly helpful, and families and people really do appreciate it. He said, John, I know I got to get this done. I've just been through it with my wife, and I don't want my kids to have to go through it for me, unplanned. He said, because I can see very clearly now why it's so important. Of course, if you've just experienced the loss, and I'm really sorry if you have, but it's reality, it's life. And when it happens, it gets you into that emotional space. So it's much harder to make that excuse, well, I think I'm relatively healthy now, I'm just going to wait. Because the other story he told me was that he said, my brother 2 weeks ago passed away unexpectedly. He didn't have a plan in place either. And by the way, my dad, though, who's 92 years old, he does have a plan in place. He's all ready to go for his cremation, and he purchased that cremation back in 2013 for $1,300, and today it's at least a couple $1,000s more than that. So he has saved himself a lot of money, but more importantly, he has saved his family the stress and angst and the unknown and all of the things that surface and come up when the unfortunate time arrives. Get your plans in place. Don't procrastinate. And even if you feel like you have sticker shock and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much funerals cost, it doesn't matter. Put $500 down and get the plan started. Just start. That's my big thing. Just get the plan and the process started, because none of us know when our time is coming, and having that plan in place and especially funding that plan in advance is going to make an incredible difference for you and your family, even if you can't see that yet. And if you'd like to talk about it in more detail, please reach out to me. If you found this on LinkedIn, send me a DM. If you found this on Instagram, send me an instant message, or let me give you a number you can call right now, 940-1723. Give me a call. Let's have a conversation. No pressure, no sales pressure, for goodness sakes. This is about you. This is about your family, and this is about doing what's right for them. Later.